Ever feel like life is just too overwhelming? Not because of what's happening, but because of how you feel about it. Anger, anxiety, overthinking. One small thing can ruin your entire day. In a world that moves fast and constantly demands your attention, we all need something to help us slow down, to think clearly, to act wisely, and stay grounded. That's where an ancient philosophy comes in. It's called Stoicism, not about being cold or emotionless, not about just sucking it up, but a mindset to help you live with clarity and peace, even when everything feels out of control. So, what exactly is Stoicism? It began around 300 BC in ancient Greece. A man named Zeno lost everything in a shipwreck. He washed up in Athens, stumbled into a bookstore, and read about the life of Socrates. That moment changed his life, and eventually, it changed the world. Zeno started teaching in a public porch area called the Stoa. That's where the name Stoicism comes from, stoa, or porch. Later, Stoicism was practiced by people like Epictetus, a former slave, Seneca, a wealthy Roman thinker, and Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor. Different lives, same principles, and what they taught is simple. You can't control what happens, but you can control how you respond. That's the core of Stoicism. Don't waste your energy trying to change the weather, or someone else's opinion, or the past. You don't control those. What do you control? Your mind, your choices, your attitude. Let's bring this down to something real. You're rushing out the door, running late, and then you realize your wallet is gone. It's either lost or you left it somewhere. The instant reaction: panic, frustration, self-blame, maybe even yelling at someone close to you. But here's the Stoic response. Pause. Take a breath. Ask yourself, what can I control right now? You can't rewind time. You can't magically make the wallet appear. But you can. Stay calm. Check where you last had it. Cancel your cards. Restructure your day. No drama. No spiral. Just clarity. That's Stoicism in action. And this isn't about being perfect. Stoicism isn't about suppressing feelings. It's about not being ruled by them. There's a difference. You feel the emotion, but you choose your action consciously. Because between what happens and how you react, there's a small space. And in that space is your power. Let's take another everyday example. You post something on social media, something meaningful to you, and someone leaves a nasty comment. Cringe. This is so fake. You feel attacked. You want to reply. Maybe delete the post. Maybe spiral into doubt. But then the Stoic inside you speaks up. Can you control their comment? Nope. Can you control how much it affects you? Yes. You can choose to. Ignore it. Block them. Laugh. Or just move on. Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor, once wrote in his journal, "We are not harmed by things, but by our opinions about them." And he wrote that while dealing with wars, betrayal, and illness, if he could think that way under pressure, maybe we can learn something too. So how do you actually practice Stoicism? Here are a few simple ways. 1. Morning reflection. Each morning, imagine what could go wrong today. Not to be negative, but to be prepared. 2. The control test. When you're stressed, pause and ask, can I control this? If yes, act. If no, let it go. 3. Negative visualization. Now and then, imagine losing something you love. Again, not to be sad, but to appreciate it more deeply. 4. Journaling. Before bed, ask yourself, what did I do well today? What could I improve? What am I grateful for? These aren't big, flashy things. They're small habits that build mental strength. Final thoughts. Life won't ever stop being difficult, but Stoicism helps you face it with calm and courage. Not because you're trying to be tough, but because you're choosing where your energy goes. You're not a puppet pulled by emotions. You're the one holding the strings. So when things go wrong, and they will, you'll remember, you don't have to control everything. You just have to control yourself. And that's more than enough. See you in the next video. Let's keep learning how to live like a modern Stoic.